Man, what's good with the YouTube? Make sure y'all smack that like button, smack that subscribe button. Could this be the end of Alabama as we know it? Could this be the end of the Alabama dynasty as we know it? Now, for some strange reason, I got a feeling that Alabama is about to go on a major decline in these next few years. I believe that eventually they're going to end up being remembered like Miami was remembered back in the early 2000s and 90s. Like they were a dynasty. They were going to be well respected, well remembered. But it come a point in time where it's time to move on. It's time for another power to emerge. Because everybody is shaking up down in Alabama right now. Even the fans, everybody. And a lot of players are starting to leave. Alabama transfer linebacker Sean Murphy leaves Alabama and goes to Florida State. You got 5-star wide receivers going to Florida State. A lot of players are leaving, man. And me personally, I hope a lot of these guys slide right next door and go to Auburn. But a lot of these guys are going to spread out, go to different places, various places. You got a couple guys going to Tulane. Some guys might end up at Colorado with Coach Prime. 2 freshman Alabama cornerbacks in a transfer portal. The exodus post Nick Saban's retirement continues with 2 new transfer portals this weekend. 5 former Alabama players transfer to major college football programs. See what I'm saying? It's back to back. I mean, all day long. As soon as you turn on the internet, as soon as you turn on anything, the news, anything, more players leaving Alabama. It's a major exodus going on. Texas A&M is trying to step in and steal a couple wide receivers from them too. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these teams are sneaking in and trying to get some of these guys from Alabama because the Nick Saban era is officially over. And we don't think that DeBoer is going to come in and do half of what Saban did, straight up. Chaz Preston commits to Tulane, which is big for Tulane. They had a great season this year, so they're probably going to have another bounce back season next year and be fairly good, highly competitive team. I wouldn't look for them to make no playoff run or nothing like that, but that'll be a good place for Chaz to express his full potential and make it to the NFL. Like these players want to get in the best situation for them. That's the smartest thing. But sometimes transferring just might not work out for you, but sometimes it do. And in this situation, I feel like when your head coach steps down like this, retires like this, if this is the coach who recruited you into the program, I think it would be best that you decommit and go somewhere else, that a place that wants you, especially if you're not starting or anything like that. But at the end of the day, every position has to be earned. It don't matter where you go, where you play, you're gonna have to earn that spot. But it's looking real gloomy for Alabama. It's going to be a lot of positions up for grabs come spring training at Alabama. Now, Tuscaloosa has been the front runner for championships, recruits, everything. I mean, college football, period. For years, it's been a thing where if Alabama ain't in the playoffs, it ain't no playoffs. They've always been classified or deemed as the best team in college football, and it's been like that since Saban got there, pretty much. I mean, Saban came in highly respected. He had already had a championship at LSU, had a great season at the other college he coached at. I forget which one, at a small college, but Saban was had already built a reputation of being a leader and a champion when he came into Alabama. And DeBoer kind of has that reputation too, because he does not have a losing record. As you can see, Georgia has the number 1 overall ranking recruiting class, but Bama is right in there with them. So DeBoer has that winning mentality to come in and win games. But at the same time, these Alabama fans are very critical. So he's going to have to win now. He don't have 2 or 3 years to get this program together. The program is already set. He don't have to come in and do too much. Saban has left him a diamond down there, so he don't have to come in and do too much shaving. All he got to do is come out and put it on and wear it. It's ready for him. It's set in stone for him. Come in, bring some more guys in, and just keep the tradition going. Because it's a big tradition in Tuscaloosa of winning. And that's what the fans and the people want to see him continue. As you can see, Ole Miss is leading the transfer portal right now. They have dethroned Colorado. Colorado ranked 4th right now, but at the same time, it's not over. Still got a lot of players going around. thing that scares me with Colorado is their composite rate is 106. So we really got to see how this recruiting is gonna play out and transfer to the field. Now, right now, Georgia top ranked class, recruiting class, they run the board right now. Texas right behind them. As you can see, Alabama and Ohio State. These are the top 4 teams that are considered to compete for that championship next year. Then right behind them, you got Oregon, who's going to be a powerhouse next season. They got some good players in there. Miami got some good players, surprisingly. And Florida State's going to be some head busters again. Uh, if they can stay healthy and stay out of all these violations and shit, they might be all right next year. But Florida State definitely can't do that opt-out shit and not show up. They're going to get their ass whooped, embarrassed again. Auburn at 8, LSU at 9, Notre Dame, Coach James Franklin, and Notre Dame finish out at 10. I'm really proud of Notre Dame and how they recruit, man. James Franklin doing a great job with that program. I feel like Auburn needs to really focus on getting them a quarterback. Now, I understand we brought in the 4-star, I forgot the guy's name, but let's see how it pans out. Because like I've been saying before, for some strange reason, I'm not trying to be racist or biased or nothing, but for some strange reason, Auburn is not at its best unless we got a black quarterback. I'm sorry. Every time Auburn has a black quarterback that's mobile and can run and can throw the ball pretty good, we have a great team. We make the championship. We run the board. Jason Campbell, Cam Newton, Brandon Marshall. I mean, whenever we have a dynamic brother back there at quarterback, Auburn will run the table. So with Thick Pen back there, I just don't see Auburn making too much noise next year. I can see them having an 8 or 9 win season, but with these new teams being involved and the way Freeze coached last year, I just don't see them running the boards, especially not winning the SEC championship with Tennessee and Georgia in front of you. Now, Bama, we're going to have to wait and see how they play out. Because I'm going to just put it like this. That I heard the fans say that they giving the boy 3 games. That's crazy. They giving this man 3 games. Now, if the boy come out here and get beat by South Florida, y'all remember how much of a trouble Nick Saban had with South Florida this past season. Now, if the boy get down here and South Florida come into town and beat Alabama, if he lose his first game, man, that man gonna be on the hot seat so fast. It's gonna be funny, man. It's gonna be funny how fast they run him up out of there. Cause them Alabama country bumpkins, they are heartless. They are heartless when it comes to this Alabama Crimson Tide football team. They want to see y'all win the championship every year. They don't care about no other school. They want to see Bama win it. So if he go down here and get beat by South Florida, or get beat by a Mercer, or get beat by Kentucky, Vanderbilt, you best believe the boy gonna be on the hot seat and them shoes gonna be on fire fast as they run his ass up out of here. I really hope to see Auburn beat Alabama next year because just based on the historical beef and rivalry between Alabama, I don't want to see DeBoer come in here and beat Coach Freeze his first year at Alabama. That's gonna look bad on you, Freeze. You let DeBoer come down here and beat you the first year. So I'm looking forward to Auburn winning this Iron Bowl this upcoming season. But I'm not looking forward to Auburn making the playoffs. I don't think they're gonna be good enough to make the playoffs. I think they'll, that Iron Bowl records don't matter. It don't matter what's going on. It's just about that game. But at the same time, I don't think Alabama will make the playoff next year. I don't know why. I just got this feeling. I shout out to them boys down there. They good. They gonna be a good team, but I don't think that they gonna come into the season with the same momentum that they would have if Saban was there. So with that being said, we gotta really wait and see how this Alabama Crimson Tide Exodus is gonna affect next season, because it's looking real shaky right now. Everybody leaving Alabama. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these players are going to be going to Florida State, Auburn, Colorado, and a bunch of little scattered around small schools. But as far as the schools that are going to be competing at a high level next year, like I said, it's going to be Miami, Florida State, Georgia, Texas, Auburn, Colorado going to compete. You got a lot of these teams that's going to really come out here and compete. But the team to watch next season, to me, is going to be Auburn, Notre Dame, And we're gonna watch see how good Syracuse be, because Syracuse got some good guys there too, and new coach over there, new brother. I'm rooting for all the black coaches, all of them. I wish that uh the NCAA would stop all this racial biasness bullshit, like black men can't coach, and put more of us up here, because there is a need for these young men to see a black leader lead the way, instead of seeing white folks all the time. Y'all don't know what this do to us subconsciously. It's not a jealousy thing. It's not an envy thing. You want to see a person that looks like you in charge, in leadership, that makes you feel like you can do it. I feel like the reason a lot of men don't get into coaching is because we feel like we can't do it, because we done seen white people coaching all our life. So we feel like it's just for them. Same way with politics. We don't want to be governors and mayors and aldermen because we done seen white people doing it all the time. So we just feel like it's just for them. That's not true. That's not true. There are well-rounded, educated black people just as well-rounded, educated white people. Same shit. We come up in the same country, same education, same communities, same everything. The only thing is there is a racial a racial gate, so to speak, on this type of shit mentally, because traditionally for so long, coaches been white people, teachers been white people, politicians been white people. So at the same time, we need to change. This is a dynamic of the sport that we need to change. We need more and more black coaches to step up and come lead these men. And one other thing, I really would love to see Mike Tomlin come down and coach college football. Let him come to Auburn and coach Texas A&M, Florida, somewhere where he can express himself with these guys and lead them into adulthood, because he's a great coach. Mike Tomlin is a great. I don't care what nobody say about them Steelers or whatever. Mike Tomlin never had a losing season, never was a sore loser, never did no cheating bullshit. Now that time y'all remember he tripped dude when they playing the Ravens and he stepped on the field. And that shit, that was he say it was an accident, but motherfucker, that wasn't no accident. You was trying to stop that motherfucker. That was some low down shit I seen him do before, but still that don't negate from Mike Tomlin's history of coaching. He is a great coach, and I feel like he would fit well at a university like Miami or Kentucky, or anybody in the ACC or the SEC. I think that would be his speed. I don't think a Big Ten team. He could coach in the Big Ten too, but I think it'll be more competitive for him and better for him down here in the South. So that would be a good thing to see. Mike Tomlin come coach college, and like I said, more and more of our black men step up and be coaches for these young men going into adulthood. Shout out to Nick Saban, though. You can't take away nothing he did. People hate him, people love him, whatever. But I'm not a huge fan of Saban, but I give respect when it's due. The man shook the globe when it comes to college football. He set the standard for what a coach should try to reach in college football. This man was really the GOAT. Is really the greatest to do this shit. You talk about Bear Bryant, we talk about all this, but so far in college football, Saban is the best to do this. So now, as football goes on and the future goes on, records are meant to be broken. There will be a coach one day that step up and shatter all Nick Saban's records, just like he shattered Bear Bryant's records. So it's gonna be a coach one day step up and bring that pain like Nick Saban and do it better than Nick Saban. And I hope it's a brother. Me personally, I hope it's a brother. I don't necessarily think Coach Prime gonna do it, because I don't think Deion gonna be at Colorado that long. Soon as Travis Hunter and them and all them out of there, Deion gone. Y'all can just expect that if Colorado make a deep run in the playoffs and do good and win that Big 12 or anything like that, Shadur's gonna go pro, and Coach Prime probably might coach one more year after that, and that's it. And he's going to come up with some type of reason to step down. But I just don't see Coach Prime coaching like Nick Saban, 15 years, 14 years, stuff like that. But if Coach Prime decides to do that, I would really love for a Colorado Dynasty or whatever school he at for Coach Prime to shatter some records, win some games. But he already started off kind of slow. He 4-8, as a collegiate coach on the Power 5 level. So we got to see how he bounce back next year and see how well they do. So shout out to Coach Prime, them Colorado Buffs. They getting some they getting a little noise up there with this Goldberg son signing. That was pretty cool, to see the wrestler Goldberg's son really play football. We're gonna see how he really get down. Cause if he anything like his dad, y'all know he gonna be brutal out there on the field. Brutal. And he played linebacker too. Shit, that's exactly what Colorado needed. Linebackers and defensive linemen. So if they get this thing together with a Goldberg up there, they're gonna be tough. We're gonna see it's gonna be an interesting college football season next year. Just know, soon as the season start, the views, Alabama games, Florida State game, man, the views gonna be through the roof, straight up, especially for Colorado. So we looking forward to all this, man. Shout out to Alabama, man. Hope y'all get it together down there. I really hope y'all don't. I hope Auburn smash y'all. I hope the Alabama dynasty is over. I hope they crumble and fall under the radar just like a Vanderbilt or South Alabama, UAB. I hope they end up like that because I'm tired of seeing Alabama. Straight up, tired of them. But shout out to them. Got to get credit when it's due. They did their thing for these past 2 decades. So shout out to Bama. But at the same time, it's time for a new era. The mass exodus is real. P.S.A. Everybody leaving Alabama. Come to Auburn.